How's it going, guys? Today we are looking for the Trolls of Iron Bridge. I just recently talked to a witness that tried to spend the night out here on a fishing trip, and they all had to give up because it got so creepy. They were hearing strange sounds across the river and then had things throwing stuff at them. I don't know if they wanted their food or maybe them just to get the heck out of there, but they got the message loud and clear, and now I'm out here trying to figure it out. This is definitely one of my favorite spots because this is the location that I found a pygmy rattlesnake for the first time. Honestly, like right around here. So I'm keeping my eyes peeled for something blue and slithering quick. But I'm also keeping my eyes peeled for strange tracks. Looks like some small deer have came through here. Looks like a mother and child. Also, some prints right here. It looks like you can see the claw, so that would be dog or coyote. And there is plenty of both. Feral dogs have been seen roaming around these regions since even before Hurricane Michael, but in heavier numbers after the natural disaster. There's actually been some deaths over in Chipley and other places in the Panhandle where a lot of people point to Dog Man or maybe something even more sinister. I'll make sure to pick that up on my way back. Throw it in the trash. But yeah, guys, I'm super excited to be out here today. Most of this area is being, logged out, but that stirs up activity. I know deer love to come through harvested areas, and you know what hunts the deer, guys. This water is the Chipola River, and there have been BFRO sightings, official, documented here, and then dozens of other ones from locals. I've encountered some strange things myself along the banks of these waters and even underneath them. I'm really looking for large bare footprints on the sand, but those hard-footed beings would have no trouble walking alongside right there. And their active camouflage is also very impressive. I love how these big bird prints look like dinosaur prints. You can definitely see. Oh, okay. So this is why the road is closed. Dang. Yeah, there's no way my car would be getting up and over that. You can see a bunch of animals have been traversing through here. I love stirred up dirt. I can maybe find some treasure, relics, one man's trash. Wow. Bunch of ants going right onto that crayfish arm. Kind of looks like a shoe, but it is very cool. It's a small shoe. If not, there's another one. I'll get a good angle circle around it. Honestly, that one looks like a bare footprint. because you can see an arch. Wow. Let's see if I can get like the depth of this. Now this would be perfect for the LiDAR. Matt Williamson's been doing a lot of 3D scanning on footprints. Let's step in with the boot. We're just trying to step with a boot, see what it looks like. It's barely making an impression. So this had to be when it was wet. Or something really heavy. See, I could see some boot prints in there, and you could see the specific details. Like lines and zigzags. Those were just shapes, man. You could tell that's the most common trail right there. It's very cool out here. Ooh. Look at that. That is big too. That is as big as my hand. Wow. That's pretty fresh too. As I was examining that scat, had the feces in my hand. My GoPro got zapped by something. Just said repairing file. And I started hearing some weird howls and echoes from across there. Things are definitely strange. And while I was waiting for it to be repaired, hoping I didn't lose my footage, I was trying to examine, see if there's any animal prints over there. And I was like, I might as well go check out the water. And look at this. Carnage. I'm looking for chips and bones or anything to kind of lead us to how this deer came to the end. You can see the hair scattered all over. Still don't see a skull anywhere. Looks like the pelvis. Definitely could be a dump site. I don't think anybody would have hit the deer. Back here. This thing is scattered all over the place. Much respect to this deer. Starting to look like there might be multiple animals back here. kind of looks like a face. I always thought that was crazy how bones. Looks like that's one of the skulls right there, possibly. It's definitely a hunting area. The question is, are the hunters covered in ghillie suits or natural camouflage hair? Sometimes in these backwoods, you have to watch out for traps on the side of the road. Never know what you're gonna find. This bridge is really cool. When the water's flowing, man, the rocks glisten below. Actually found some deer bones in there before too. I always look for precious gems, relics, and of course, evidence of the Swamp Thing. Out here, Iron Bridge, the Chipola River is a skunk ape mecca, but we're not far from the Apalachicola National Forest, where Kevin Saunders had his crazy telepathy encounters and face-to-face with the female's family. And also really close to where Donnie Miller had his Mariana Caveman encounter. That one always gives me the heebie-jeebies. Definitely an oasis. I'm looking for slides down. Definitely a rattlesnake haven and alligator habitat. Could be a bird, could be a mocker. It's pretty interesting. It looks like shoe, but then kind of looks like toes as well. That looks like shoe. The other one doesn't. Might have to come back to that one. I'm keeping my eyes out for more. Beautiful water. All these precious little stones. Looks like fossilized coral. That's really cool. Seeing that pine cone right there. Third eye. We gotta accept our spirit molecule. Let it guide us. Wow. That looks like it's been worked on before. Chipped away. That is amazing. For those who are new to Panhandle, pirates and cryptids and creatures, there's a lot going on in this area. Abbeville, Alabama has the legend of Huggin' Molly, which is a giant 7-8 foot tall creature that'll hunt you down after dark and squeeze you till your bones break and scream in your ear till you go insane. I always thought that hill was a little creepy. The Bushman could definitely just be camouflaged in there. But as Amber's Paraworld will tell you, not every woodman is evil. Some look after us. They operate and work in many different realms. There's some small ones right there. I love how tracks and trails tell stories. Hear a bunch of clicking and cracking in all directions. But back to the Panhandle lore. Stacy Brown and his father filmed a skunk ape at Torreya State Park along the Apalachicola National River. That is definitely the home to many strange stories. Sadly, these bottles and cans look more modern, probably from just disrespectful fishermen. So that's the thing. The Iron Bridge trolls might have just had enough of the Iron Bridge trolls, because people come here and they disrespect it, leaving pizza, garbage, hooks. And the creatures out here probably just have had enough. And when I come out here, I come with respect for the great creator, for the people, for the ones who died for all. That's a pretty cool sign right there. hear clicking further ahead, like maybe they're alerting. But I've been loud enough that it's definitely no surprise. Can't wait to come camp out here for the night and also take my kayak to the other side and explore that domain, because I believe that's probably where they're perched up. They know that people have access to this bank. They're gonna at least put the water in between us and them. Some of the trucks from the highway sound like howls in the distance. Those fallen over trees are perfect hunting blinds and shelters for these creatures. Yes, people come back here and shoot their guns off as well. So again, I am not surprised that these nocturnal naturalists just want us gone when the sun goes down. Looks like an impression right there. There's a bottle, broken bottle. This definitely reminds me of Louisiana swamps with the cypress, but also the Ocheesee Pond swamps as well. We are not far from there. We're in the 1800s, 1884 to be exact. The wild man was captured after harassing women and children in the swamp village. Native American gatherers and Civil War veterans teamed up to surround the wild man on an island. They captured him. They sent him to the Capitol with the governor. He said, "Oh, no way." Took him to Chattahoochee Hospital, where they experimented on him for 3 years. And he finally died. He passed. He perished. And they buried him. Some say they put him with a bunch of Native Americans and then they built a building on top. Others say it's just out in the middle of the woods, right by the golf course. Hear movement across. I also heard huffing. It is very peaceful out here. And I could see how it could get a little creepy at night. This used to be a hot spot when this bridge was actually functioning. But as you can see now, it does not go all the way across. Sort of got the Bellamy Bridge vibe. I like all those fallen trees creating a little bit of a dam. Reminds me of my Ohio Valley days with the Grassman and the Moundsville Monsters. Washington Wild Things in Pennsylvania. My grandpa and I still don't know if it's a dog man, a werebear, a feral man, or just hairy. There are many caves in this area, and labyrinths below. Could even see how those fallen trees sort of look like trolls. Watched the Norwegian movie Troll Hunter. Some have multiple heads, some are miles tall, taller than the treetops. So I'm keeping my eyes to the sky, seeing if one of these arbors start moving towards me. Shellcracker, brim, catfish, large bass. Pickerel, gar, frogs, crayfish, many snakes, berries, ginseng, mushrooms, other fungus, even all the grasses and roots. It's definitely enough to serve a population of cabbage men, the skunk ape, the rod bender, the stump jumper. See the Spanish moss? It's perfect camouflage. But these creatures definitely are manipulators of the grid. They know how to work energy. The idea of predator being a shimmer comes from their ability to cloak or blend in or reflect or absorb light in magical ways that us human beings mostly don't understand. They have echolocating like bats and dolphins. They can knock and communicate like elephants. Probably have the memory of an elephant and a crow as well. This definitely looks like a little bedding area right alongside the river. It's a very peaceful place. I saw her right when she saw me. There's a perfect little perch. We saw one of these in the Green Swamp. I believe that little elves, fairies, and other ghoulies would sit right there and absorb and harness the energy. very calm out here. You can just feel the wind. Kiss the back of your neck. And there's an oasis of energy out here. And it's symbiotic. And when it accepts you as kin, and you sink right into it, it heals you. It's very special. Another magical morning mudlarking. And when you start it off with the Dr. Pepper bottle, you know it's going to be a magical morning. But seriously, every step is new treasure out here. You better watch where you're standing too. This one's got a whole ecosystem in it. Very cool. Next time we're going to bring a screwdriver to get a lot of this mud out of the bottom. Sometimes the glass is just very thick, and that's most of the weight. Oh yeah. Nice. That's cool. Very cool. Ooh. Very dope. No smoking. That's a sweet sign. That's heavy duty. I'm gonna put that in my backpack. No smoking. I love that. That's so funny.
Oh, that one's really cool. Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool one. Always give it some good glass, give it some shape. And then you find the last Listerines. Always got to get that sludge out of there. More complete Dr. Peppers. Got to keep those. Jergens. The leftover bin. Yes. Look at that. Love these ones with the screw top. My favorite size. Ooh, look at that. Put those with the big boys. That one's really cool. Now it's the garbage bag time. Hopefully gets a couple of the heavier ones. But can't go wrong with some smalls. Warolini. Not entirely sure. Dope. Buffalo Rock. Gotta take that one. Try to learn about it. Seven Up, old 7-Up. Not the cleanest, but still really cool. You can see the 7-Up right there. Bunch of ants on this one. Get off. Dang, broken on top. Cordons. I love that. See what we can put in the book bag. we go. Right there. Garbage in there. Oh no, that got really muddy. Wow, look at that. Another amazing day. I'm searching this barbed wire for some hair from maybe the skunk ape or any other type of strange creature that the graveyard attracts. Rest in peace, Sue. This graveyard has many legends, apparitions, strange sounds, even little gnomes that move from grave to grave. If you follow the white rabbit, you might end up like Neo. There's many stories of Sasquatch being attracted to graveyards for just being right on the edge of them. There's also some strange videos of dark creatures digging in graves. He died when he was 11 years old. Very sad, Billy. May you rest in peace. This is one of my favorite grave sites, the Molloys. How they have fishing rods here. Much respect to the community. There's an old coin as well. This right here is another one of my favorite grave sites. There's squirrels, semi-trucks, bald eagle, more deer, lots of figurines, firemen, and plenty of angels. It's a very peaceful place that I really enjoy. I have a lot of Barfield friends. Many last names here I'm familiar with. And people around town I have grew to know and love. Born December 19th, 1901. Sadly perished January 18th, 1902. Byron. May you rest in peace. Much respect to the Baggett family. Many of them are good people. Things are getting a little weird. Thought I saw a white figure cross behind a couple graves up there. Very weird.
We are here at the famous tree of Ochese Landing. This spot on the river was designated to become the Florida capital. So many ships came through here. It was a main location and avenue for trade. The Gregory House used to stand right here, and they took it down the river, and now it stands at Torreya State Park. Right across the river over there is the Bluff Trail. And as you guys know, there is a lot of skunk ape activity.
And even fishermen from this bank have encountered the skunk ape from across. The yells, the echoes, and the wood knocks send chills up the fisherman's spine. The guy who had the encounter won't even talk to me directly because he's so stirred up about it. His family members are the ones that told me. We have found some large footprints around the corner and many other fossils. This is one of my favorite spots to fish, kayak, and just keep my eyes on the wood line over there. Whenever I go across the bank, I always think of all the strange stuff in between. We've been told that there's a sea serpent in these waters. Chattahoochee and Flint River combined with the Apalachicola. You see something going under right there. It might be an alligator. See if we can maybe get it closer. Make it seem like we're a hurt animal real quick. The owner of Warrior on the River said that he doesn't like diving in these waters because the gators are so big. Hopefully this guy will come make an appearance. But if not, just know they're always looming near. One day, I hope to live on a houseboat. More on the bay or the Gulf. But a nice river like this, hey, you wouldn't hear me complaining. Ocheezy Landing is nearby the Ocheezy Pond. And as you see, Torreya State Park is right across the water. These swamp things could definitely swim fast, hold their breath long, probably become one with the fish and aquatic animals. Definitely keeping my eyes out for a huge cottonmouth because they love to just hang out. But you truly can't beat the vibes out here. This location would be a very cool spot for the houseboat because every night would be a Torreya State Park experiment. What a magical day and a magical place. Crazy to think that this was the original planned capital. Now it's a ghost town. 2 Egg TV has came out here. Dale Cox, Rachel Conrad done an awesome job documenting it. But man, what a special place. And there used to be a geocache right at the base of this tree. It's like a fake rock. I haven't seen it in months. We'll do one more twist around. There's the shadow of the countryman. Have a good day, guys. What's going on, y'all? I'm about to read the first chapter of Monsters and Mysteries Around the Corner, written by ya boy. Alright, initiation. The light burns our eyes, but we're afraid of the dark. I grew up reading books like Goosebumps and watching Tales from the Crypt, so you could say I was built for this. I think that we all were. We all question our reality, but only some are brave enough to do something about it. Believe in it or not, the other side will reveal herself in the moments when we least expect. So climb the wall now, so we can plan for what's on the other side of this fence. Heaven is real, but so are monsters. Mysteries are right around the corner. Lock your doors.
Do you remember being born? I have memories in the womb and still can visualize my baptism. I have written down my dreams for decades and have gathered as much info on the other side as I can. I rode around on the fire truck, responded to calls as a kid. I used to spend nights in the barn sleeping on the hay bales, talking to the animals. While hiking, biking, and fishing, I'm searching for fossils and monsters. I'd rather find them before they find me. My family has always been full of explorers and freedom fighters. On my mother's side, I'm connected to Thomas Jefferson, and on my dad's side, I'm related to our greatest president. I have visited the site in Dallas where my Fitzgerald family lost one member. The evil people in power have censored the truth and eliminated our patriots. It is my duty to my family Bible and our Irish blood to continue my descendants' path of destiny. There was a story that took place in 1868. The name caught my attention. Katie Flynn went missing while riding a horse in Michigan. She was 2. Her path merged with the tracks of a black bear. 2 hunters joined the search with her parents, and they couldn't find her all night. The next day, they heard a cry through some brush. They saw a monster creature jump into the river and disappear into the dark. Katie was found with bad scratches on her face and hands, most likely from being hit by branches at high speeds. Katie said the big dog took her in his arms and walked away with her. The big dog ate her one missing shoe. The big black thing came and played with her initially. It even brought her wintergreen berries. The creature carried Katie, laid her on a bed of leaves, and kept her warm. She was unharmed. A bear would not do this. Many blamed it on a pack of wolves, but you know what I believe. I plan to gain ground on the mystery of my last name. My dad is a paramedic and fireman. My mom is either fishing or researching our ancestry. My sister has saved many lives as a lifeguard and also survived a coma. My mom's fiance is a trucker, and my stepmom is a nurse. My stepsister once stopped a man from jumping off a bridge. My dad's parents were immigrants from Ireland. My peepaw was a Marine, and my mom's mother has Cree blood. My aunt once witnessed a banshee in Ireland as a young girl. You could say it's in my blood to explore for more. You could catch me in the salt caves or a sensory deprivation chamber, seeking enlightenment. Ancient structures still cannot be figured out or recreated, even with the world's most advanced technology. Geoglyphs that are hundreds of feet in length depict humanoid creatures that have shown up at all known continents of the New World. They were created long before the usage of planes, so the real question is, who were they built for? We look to hieroglyphs and ancient tablets for clues of our past, but only get more questions. Meditation and psychedelics open up new doors, but some hallways need to be walked through. We don't need to travel all the way to Egypt or Greece to reach Holy Land. It's right under our feet. The states have pyramids and temples of their own. There are tens of thousands of ancient structures and burial mounds filled with clues to our ancestors' past. Thousands of giant skeletons were excavated when America paved the roads, and sadly a museum I once respected has gone to great lengths to erase our history. I'm still waiting on an explanation of crop circles. In many villages across the world, they believe people live inside giant boulders, and they build roads around them. This is expensive and would only be done for some reason. One of my family friends growing up was tragically killed. They ruled it a suicide, and there was many inconsistencies in the case. Many speculated that he had cooperated with police and he didn't want to admit that they failed to protect him. A kid that used to ride my bus has claimed to have gotten away with his murder, and it tears me up inside that the government cover-ups like the Adjustment Bureau are closer to home than one might think. Remnants of our past are either ash or at the bottom of the ocean, but luckily the truth will always surface. Hikers and explorers stumble upon our hidden history every day. The plasma of our existence and consciousness are forever expanding. Paranormal is just normal. The forest comes alive at night, and there are certainly unidentified flying objects in the sky. Pack a personal GPS locator beacon and be safe while adventuring. I hope you packed extra water for this one, and if we run into a vortex of electromagnetic energy, please remain calm and just try to follow me. I've done this before. I grew up urban exploring, trailblazing by natural trade. I was always fishing new spots with my mom, preparing for hunts with Peepaw, and visiting new cities with my dad. I was the Pinewood Derby champ in Boy Scouts and Memorial Olympic medalist in Mohican. I love venturing to wild spots off the grid with friends after dark and eating at haunted diners and bars. I met Zydrunas Lagauskas and seen Yao Ming with my own two eyes. The Giants gene is still alive in our community. Growing up in Ohio, I was surrounded by stories of the Grassman, the mistakes on the lake, and the thousands of ancient burial mounds. I grew up fishing for the Ohio River Monster, South Bay Bessie, journeying through Helltown, and hunting the Frogman. We picked many berries, hunted ginseng, and searched for mushrooms. The state is flooded with haunted colleges and crybaby bridges. Mansfield Reformatory and Moundsville Prison shaped my expectations of Gothic marvels. After 23 years, I moved to Florida after refereeing the National Flag Football Championships in Polk County. I lived out in my car, and with that came many adventures. I joined a punk rock musical and became the stage manager. We played many shows in the Tampa area and even had a close run-in with the Seminole Heights serial killer. That summer, we survived the road to the West Coast and luckily encountered many anomalies. I had a sturdy tent and couch surfed with some incredible people. After Hurricane Irma, I moved to the Panhandle to be closer to my mom's ranch. I got a job at the famous local bowling alley, amusement park, and a gig umpiring local baseball and softball games. We had a boat that we took out when we weren't fishing on our pond. We picked pecans and other fruit, selling bags to locals. It was a nice change of pace. Tragically, the strongest hurricane to ever make landfall in the country struck our town directly. It did severe damage to my trailer, but luckily I made it to my mom's. Sadly, she watched most of her fruit trees fall, and the land was forever changed. The storm killed countless people, but luckily our family and friends were safe physically. We were scarred mentally, but have bound together for the bounce back. The lanes were destroyed, but I was determined to find something else that fit me. My search for paranormal is an inward journey. It's incredibly fulfilling when you crack a code and find a couple crookie crumbs. I have learned so much about the possibilities that this terra has to offer, but even more about myself. This is a deeper dive into my collection of data and notes that I've been journaling since at least year 2000. Been keeping tabs on my dreams and strange experiences ever since I could hold a pen with my right to write. I was there when Cookie Carrasco returned from battling leukemia. I know what magic looks like. I'm on a quest for consciousness and trying to see what my 21 grams has to offer. Energy is never created nor destroyed. It has always existed. Coincidence is the only thing to never exist, and a penny saved is only 1 cent. Every song, story, and script that I work on represents the land beyond the poles that are probably looking for us too. I will continue to look for the dear people on my drive to work, but sometimes you gotta focus on not texting while driving. Sometimes I believe seatbelts are a conspiracy, but that's a debate for another day. There's a knock at the door. Shoot!
The flesh of the unguided and non-believers fuel this void.
Okay, Connor, we found Bigfoot. His taxidermy head. They said this is actually a deer's butt. You can see the tail that runs down, and then they just put a face into it. It's pretty cool.